The Blackening, released in 2023, is a horror comedy that follows a group of black friends reuniting for a Juneteenth weekend getaway, only to find themselves trapped in a cabin by a masked killer with a twisted game. The film plays with familiar slasher tropes while flipping the old horror jokes that the black character dies first. Through comedy, friendship, and social commentary, The Blackening uses its setup to explore the black identity, survival, and who gets to make it to the end of the movie.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of So You Like Horror, or So You Like Horror, or whatever it is. I know y'all like horror. Maybe I should change it to that. I know y'all like horror. Either way, this episode, so I'm going to be honest, I've recorded this episode. This is maybe the fifth time now that I've recorded this in the last 2 days. The first 4 times I recorded by myself, and I just kept fumbling and stumbling, and it never felt right. When I did finally finish it, I played back like the first 10 minutes and I was just like, this shit is trash. So I was like, maybe I need to have a co-host with me. So I brought back my lovely wife, Sarah Beth. Hello.
Hey.
And you're supposed to say, hello.
I didn't know I was supposed to do that, but sure.
She didn't get the script.
No, I did not.
Dreads. So anyhow, this episode, so we've actually normally do the first and third Friday of each month. This month in June, so far we've done the 5th, the 12th, and now the 19th, aka Juneteenth. And the reason we've done it this way is because obviously we had a theme going on with horror television. So we had to do our Tales from the Crypt episode, and there's a pattern also. So I was like, I don't want to fuck that pattern up. But we also did the Demon Night episode, which came out on the 5th. So I had been wanting to do this episode, and because the episode would land on June 19th, I was like, this is perfect. So the movie that I want to talk about today is the horror comedy The Blackening. And I went to see this movie back when it came out in theaters with Marilyn Phil. Marilyn Phil was like, you want to go see The Blackening with me? Because I just feel kind of weird going to see the movie by myself as a white dude. Like, it's fine. There was actually 2 other white dudes in there just watching the movie and cracking up. They actually look like the killers from the movie. I was like, oh
no.
Goes to show you don't judge a book by its cover. But I wanted to do the episode, because the movie isn't even about Juneteenth. It's based around Juneteenth because it's a group of college friends who all reconnect for a weekend getaway.
Isn't it Juneteenth weekend though?
Correct.
Okay.
But it's not like, hey, we're gonna give you the history of Juneteenth.
It just happens to fall on Juneteenth.
So yeah, but yeah, they're basically getting together during Juneteenth weekend, while also just kind of doing what friends do. I think the last reunion they had was like 10 years prior.
Yes.
So
8 years, I think, something like that.
10.
Maybe it was 10.
Because once the big reveal comes out, like he
it
mentions
is 10
years.
Yeah.
So
my bad.
Look,
I said my bad.
I went to see this movie in theater with Phil, and then I've watched it on Netflix almost every night. Because it's an easy movie to just put on in the background and just, you don't have to like get attached and like, oh my God, I got to pay attention to these things, because it's a horror comedy. And a lot of those are just kind of like, fodder. Yeah, fodder. But yeah, they basically use horror comedy to kind of talk about black identity, friendship, and representation. So the film kind of it builds its main ideal around the ideal of the the old horror joke. The black characters always die first.
Right.
So it kind of plays off that, and then it really kind of plays off of from there. Well, what happens if everyone in the movie's black?
Exactly.
So through comedy, it kind of points out things about horror and culture in a way that feels direct without becoming too heavy, while also connecting to the larger conversation around modern black horror films like Get Out, Us, and the more recent Candyman, I want to say 2019 Candyman, which is funny. It was Jordan Peele movies, and then this was the Candyman was on a Jordan Peele production.
Yes.
So
Yes.
crazy shit there. Crazy shit, I tell you. But before we get into, the movie itself, like, what was your first reaction to the ideal behind the Blackening? Or just really, because I think once it became available, I think I was like, oh, you got to watch this movie. Like,
Yeah, I didn't really know what it was about, but I was just like all in anyway.
Yeah, I know. You don't have a choice. You live here. That's how that works. Like, hey, everyone watch this movie. And sometimes I go to sleep. And it's like, hey, watch this movie.
Yep. Twice.
Yeah. Only twice?
It's for the same movie.
Dude, I've fallen asleep during many a movie.
Yeah, but...
So that's just how I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I've already seen it.
You hadn't seen it.
Yeah, but I probably didn't care.
That's exactly why you fell asleep.
Yeah, that's usually how that works.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I don't sleep at night. It's because I care too much. That's why I don't sleep.
Is that why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I care.
Well, as long as you care.
I don't. But yeah, so you didn't really have an idea of what it was about.
No.
But after seeing it, what was kind of the reaction? How'd you feel?
I liked it.
Ah, good. I'm glad because you're doing this podcast with me.
Okay.
And kind of the funny thing too is this is a black movie. I'm a black dude, but my wife isn't black, and it's like, my black friends didn't want to do this either. So it's kind of
That's kind of rude.
It's not that they didn't want to do it. I just didn't feel like.
Did they even watch the movie?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Yeah, like both of them.
You sound like the white guy that's like, I got a black friend.
We're gonna get into that identity conversation later on, so let's not fuck around. But yeah. So that's all. I just want to kind of get your reaction on. What you thought about it.
I liked it, and I know you enjoy it because you've watched it multiple times.
Yeah, I even bought it.
Yeah,
because once Netflix was like, yeah, we just gonna take it away, and I was like, yeah, I don't see that working out for me.
No,
I need to have this back.
Yes.
So then
because it's a very funny movie.
I just bought a copy.
Exactly.
Like a physical copy.
I know.
I like having physical media.
Physical media is very good.
Because Netflix had it, and then they're like, just kidding. So I can't fuck with that. Anyhow. So you want to, I have the notes set up for you now. I do. You can tell us about the background.
I am.
Give us some of the background.
Well, to start out, it was released in 2023, and I kept going, really? It was that long ago? I thought it was I kept thinking it was last year, but I know I'm wrong.
Well, 2023 feels like it wasn't that long ago.
2023 was the year that wouldn't fucking end. That was the longest year in forever.
I guess.
But that's just me.
I'm not there, so I don't know.
But anyway, it was released in 2023, and it was directed by some guy named Tim Story.
You even got to say like that.
I don't know who he is.
You can just say Tim Story.
I love Marilyn Phil, but I'm not the person that really cares about the background shit.
I do.
I know you do, and that's fine.
Or maybe I should have got Phil to do this.
Maybe, but he really gone into this.
No.
Okay, then.
Phil be chill. He be chill.
His schedule will be busy, though.
Yeah, Phil, quit being a diva, yo. Always busy.
Oh, busy.
They're like, yo, Phil, you trying to record? It's like, yo, I can't because I
can't work that into my schedule.
I got a video shoot this weekend.
Like
I'm going to be on jet planes, jet plane flying, limousine riding.
Jet 2 holidays.
He's like, yo, fucking chill.
Like, do you got 4 chicks on the side? Like, what's up?
Yo, Phil, for sure is Funky Fresh Phil right now. This dude is just out there not making no time for the pod.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's all right.
So, directed by Tim Story, screenplay by Tracy Oliver and Dewayne Perkins. Dewayne from the movie, of course, was one of the writers, which is one of the characters, which is fun.
I think it's funny though too, because he probably. Just like, yeah, just make that character my name because
he's probably got too many other things on his mind. And he's like, I'm never going to remember to answer to any other name than my own. So let's just make this nice and easy peasy. Yeah. So I guess this is also based on some kind of comedy sketch.
Yeah.
Is that available to see anywhere?
Probably on YouTube. YouTube has everything.
I would like to look that up because I'm curious to see how it is similar but yet different, because that was an earlier sketch and this is much more thought out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, everything's on YouTube. I watched Small Wonder on YouTube the other day.
Really?
Yeah, like Vicky the Robot.
How'd that feel? Nostalgic?
No, it felt like I was a really, really special kid because let me tell you, the shit that we watched as kids was so fucking dumb. It was like, yo.
I wonder sometimes about the things, but we were just like, yay, it's on.
Inspector Gadget was really fucking stupid too.
Oh, that one was, But anyway, back to this. So our film takes place, as a familiar, we have our horror tropes.
Yeah.
So, and it expands into what we got. We got slasher comedy, is our basic like premise for the movie.
Yeah.
And it blends into, of course, we got our whole cabin in the woods, which actually the cabin's kind of cute in some aspects. I'm like, that it also looks a little small too at the same time.
Girls
Like,
don't say that. Like,
what? Anyway,
that cabin straight up looked like it was built for horror movie.
when you get to the back door, yes.
No, the cabin in general. Like I look
On
at
the
cabins.
outside?
Cabins look like horror movie like
Stop, really?
settings. No, like when I was in Scouts, we were in a cabin. I knew immediately we were in a horror movie.
I'm sorry.
Nobody died, but
Look.
I was expecting it.
We got our basic cabin in the woods horror, of course. We got our game night fun, and also not so fun because everybody just be talking smack to each other, which as you do,
it's fun,
right?
So.
We got our comedy, and of course, the timing with everybody on this cast was really well done.
Like everybody, like their chemistry felt like
they knew each other forever.
They probably
Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't know their backgrounds or anything, but
I don't know black folks like that.
But it was nice to see, in the movie, there was no like complete focus on like one final girl or anything like that. It just follows the entire friend group. I'm sorry. Like that. And they all want to live. Yeah. I love you. I don't want to see you die.
I mean, the way that was written, though, it wasn't written in a way where you had anyone that was like the main focal point.
Exactly.
Or like
everybody took their few like minutes here and there.
There's like no set main character. Like the cast was the main character.
Exactly. And I think it was done really well that way too, which is not something you see very often.
Yeah.
There's always like that one main character, everybody else floats around them. This one, if the group floats.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So how did you feel about the movie? Like, does it feel like a full on slasher movie to you? Or do you feel like it's more like a comedy sketch expanded into a movie? Like, considering I haven't seen the comedy sketch.
Yeah. It like I guess and knowing that it is based off a sketch, I don't know why it has not occurred to me to like sit down and watch it, knowing that I was going to do the episode and everything. But it's definitely it definitely doesn't feel like a full on slasher, obviously, because it's horror comedy, but it has the earmarks.
Right.
It does the things that a slasher film should do.
Yes.
But it also kind of, I don't want to say undermines it, but it definitely doesn't put it front. It is front and center, but there are the jokes around it to kind of make it feel
right.
Not as
It's not a movie where you're going feeling very tense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're in for a good time.
Yeah. I mean, and even when there is tension, someone says something to kind of cut that
or
tension.
has it in the body language too. With like, people's like cutting each other looks and doing things. You're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. The more I watch the movie, I start watching the background characters and their reactions to things. And it's just like, oh, okay. Like that actually is a lot more funnier when you catch what's going on in the background too.
I know, right?
For you, did the chemistry, like did the cast chemistry like help sell the movie?
Oh, definitely.
Like, did it?
Oh, definitely. I don't know like I said, I don't know if this group of people knew each other beforehand or if they just cast them into their roles, but everybody fit beautifully. I think it was perfect. Everybody's personalities are so different too.
Yeah.
From person to person.
Yeah.
Not just the way they dress, but the way they carry themselves and just the way they handle things. It was done well.
Yeah, there was no individual that felt like any of the others. Everyone was their own person.
Right.
And
the only one that felt slightly a little hokey.
What's that?
Was Clifton.
No, well, yeah.
But he's meant to be that hokey kind of a character. Like that little, overly done trope. You know what I mean?
Even when I think about like just growing up with like friend groups and like, classmates and stuff, you start thinking, it's like, as I'm looking at everyone, it's like, yeah, like you knew one of all of these people.
Oh yeah.
Like, like maybe not the gay best friend, but we definitely knew a black. Well, no. I had my one cousin Adrian in Flint. Yeah, we knew. There's no one that could tell you any different. And the thing is, if you talk shit about them, we all jumping you.
Right.
So that's just how that went. So yeah, everybody in the cast kind of fit people that I've encountered throughout my life. You would
encounter for reals, so, which is good. You need that. It's very, it just feels more real, and I like when a movie feels more real.
And that plays to a bigger point that I'll get to later on. in the notes.
Sure.
But I want to go over the plot a little bit. Like we don't really be doing like a full blown like.
Nah,
let's break down the full plot because sometimes I'll be forgetting number one and number two. I like when I did one of the recordings last night. I actually read the whole fucking Wikipedia thing, and it was all like as much as I've seen the movie, I was like, yo, none of this is right.
None of it. No.
This shit is all out of order. Like
Somebody had ChatGPT write that.
Like not even. I feel like chat could have got like 80% of it
So
right.
you're saying someone who wrote its summary skills suck.
Yeah, they were just like, yeah, this happened and that happened, and they were putting shit out of order. I was like,
You can do a small thing called watch the movie and take notes.
I mean, I guess I could have did my own thing, but I'm a little lazy. So
I meant like the person who put it on Wiki.
no, I know that.
If you're going to commit to that, you might as well do it right.
I could have just did it too.
Right, I guess so.
Notes, but I'm lazy, yo. And plus, I wasn't sure that I was actually going to do the episode yet.
That's true.
Like I really made the decision Tuesday night. I recorded Wednesday.
Sure.
And now we're recording Thursday. And it comes out
tomorrow.
In a few hours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's fine.
Do we not work well under procrastination?
This when I do my best work.
Exactly.
So
we both do.
We got this.
We got this.
I don't know which sound buttons or what, but it's one of those where we got this.
There is?
No.
Oh.
But if I hit one of them, something's celebrating us. I know that's the applause one because it's dim.
That is the applause.
It's dim.
Why is it dim?
Because that's the only one that I kept. I didn't. All the like dark ones are newly added ones, and then that one's just.
Why did that startle the crap out of me?
I don't know.
I don't think I was expecting you to touch it.
My apologies.
My apologies. I jumped like sky high.
Yeah, you gotta chill, son. But wait, what movie was that? I can't remember. It was like, yo, scared too easy. I can't remember now.
At least I didn't jump as high as you when you got your little glaucoma test that one time.
You know what I mean?
You scared the poor technician.
Fuck them.
It was just air.
Yeah, they can go fuck themselves. So, now they got the audacity. Like, yeah, we don't do that anymore. Like, there's these little flashing lights.
It is. It's so much easier.
Yeah.
Like, where was that when I was a child crying because the air hurt?
Fuck them. Anyhow. Yeah. So, as we mentioned before, the story follows a group of college friends who reunite for a Juneteenth weekend at a remote cabin. And what's supposed to be a fun getaway turns into a horror movie, essentially. When as they're wandering around the house, because they ultimately start off playing spades. That's what
they are.
You get a group of black people together, we playing spades.
Could you expect anything else?
I mean, spades or tongue, either or, but spades is more universally on the table. But the lights go out, and then they kind of go venturing around, and they find in one of the rooms this board game called the Blackening, and on the I guess not on the front, but like once you open up the game, like the centerpiece is like a
the little talk piece is a little black Sambo face.
Yeah,
very Jim Crow, kind of a reminiscent, very shiny black.
Yeah.
Oof.
Blatantly, horrible. But the game forces them to answer questions about black culture, identity, and stereotypes. And any wrong answer, like, basically gets their
Someone's gonna die, right?
Gets their friend Morgan killed. Because Morgan was the one who set this all up. And in the opening scene in the movie, she and her boyfriend Sean played the game. Sean gets killed, Morgan gets captured, and then when they start playing the game, there's an old like floor model TV in there. It turns on, and you see that she's sitting tied up to a chair, and the voice on the game basically says, "Answer the questions, cool. Get it wrong, Morgan dies."
Right.
So that was ultimately kind of your motivation to keep rocking and rolling. So as the night goes on, the friends realize that they're being hunted by a slasher killer, mass killer. I don't know why I said slasher killer. That's dumb.
Mass killer.
It's like I've never watched like a horror movie before, ever.
It's brand new to you.
It's fucking horror virgin, which is why I live to the end, bitches. But then the game gets kind of fucked up and twisted when you get to a point where the game basically says you got to choose who's black enough.
Like, yo, that's fucked up.
And yeah, it is kind of fucked
How
up.
do you decide who's black enough?
and that's the issue that they were kind of running into because
They're like, wait, no, you are because this. No, wait,
they
you are
turned to
because of this.
Namdi, their friend Namdi, and they're like,
Well, you African.
he was like, yo, you are literally from Africa. Like, you're still in the factory, still rapping. And and then even he's like, well, nah, I'm from Oakland.
Like, no.
He's like, my dad's from South Africa. And the messed up thing is he turns to the one chick that's mixed and says she's the blackest.
Because of the words she says all the time.
Yeah, it's like it's no. That's
that was the other one.
No, that's Shanika.
Oh, the one with the rap snacks.
Yeah, like it's like basically you get into this point where they're all kind of pointing a finger at each other, and even with that kind of dilemma there, it's a weird thing because like nobody wants their blackness questioned.
No,
but this is now a moment where they're like, oh, I want to
live, right? I'm not going to be the first one. Like,
I mean, hell, and even Clifton, who, he's the awkward nerdy one. And when he gets introduced to the film, they call him Carlton, which
they do.
In the black community, if you're growing up, you got glasses, you're either called Urkel or Carlton. Trust me, I know. I had glasses as a kid. They didn't call me Urkel for too long though. Mm-hmm. Desk went flying.
I bet.
Fuck them. But yeah, like he was like, it was like they turned. He was like, I could prove that I'm not the blackest. He was like, I voted for Trump. Mm-hmm. Twice, which actually became his undoing.
It really did.
It was like,
oh no, you gotta go.
Well, then they started finding other ways to justify. I was like, wait a minute, you showed up to the party uninvited, and that's some blackety black shit.
Like, wait, he wasn't even invited. He was like, I was invited.
It was like, yeah, Morgan sent me an
Evite, right?
And it's like, nah, man, like you gotta go. So. But what kind of starts as a joke about horror movie survival turns into a story about, loyalty and the pressure of being judged by, others that aren't really within your community. So, when you look at something like that and ultimately when you find out why this is all coming together, it is really kind of stemming from someone's blackness being questioned in the first place. Mm-hmm. And now they're like taking revenge and they're pissed because they're like, yo, fuck you. Y'all question my blackness because I fucked up. Now I'm going to make you question your own blackness. So, it gets tricky. It gets real weird, especially like I've pointed out in the other recordings for myself, growing up in Detroit and Flint and then moving to Delaware, moving from a predominantly black neighborhood to a predominantly white neighborhood. And then when I would go back to visit my family in Detroit and Flint, they were like, oh, you didn't change. And it's like kind of now cast me. I was like, no, I didn't choose to go to Delaware.
I got a child.
I got adopted. Like, I mean, like, what do you want from me? And not only that, I was like, why should anyone have to prove their identity?
You were also a child.
Yeah.
Children are supposed to change.
Well, yeah. Well,
in fact, even adults are supposed to change. Yeah. You're not supposed to stay the same person your whole life.
But that was always things that came up. So whenever I hear these conversations in the movie, mm-hmm. It does kind of almost hit like personally because it's like, nah, like nah, like they cool, like he's cool for doing that, she's cool for doing that, and ultimately, when we think about like cultures, not just mm-hmm. black culture, but all cultures, like mm-hmm. we're all from like different spots. It's like cats in Detroit are different from cats in New York.
Yeah.
Different from cats in Chicago. Different from cats in I guess what comes Cincinnati.
Sure.
And then different from cats in Atlanta and Miami. So, so it's like you can't be like, oh well, you say pop instead of soda, like you ain't black enough. It's like, what? Like,
don't say that to somebody from Baltimore. They'll cut you.
See, that's what I mean right there. Like, well, cats out here just getting wild over a drink, over a soft drink. So yeah, but like in watching the movie, like did the board game concept work for you as a a new like horror setup.
Sure, because it's unpredictable.
Yeah.
You don't know what questions are going to be asked or what you're going to have to do next. I saw Jumanji. You don't know what's going to happen.
Well, what's funny is Steve and I did a movie last year, a couple years back, called Bitch Ass.
Oh yeah.
And like the main protagonist,
the
bad guy,
that one,
antagonist,
the villain. I was calling that.
Basically, like kind of had like everything set up based on a board game, and that's how it was killing people.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I wish the movie actually did better because that's a neat concept.
Yeah. It's different.
It's definitely a made for Tubi type film.
I mean, this is the concept was different with adding, everybody getting together, having game night. Well, let's add and the room was filled with nothing but games, so that was kind of neat. But then you had this one, and then you just don't know what's going to happen because you're stressed out about, oh God, is someone going to die?
Yeah.
Like, how do we get out of this alive? So.
Yeah.
Which brings us all to, we can't all die first.
Yeah. I mean, everybody black.
So one of the biggest ideas behind this whole movie is responding to the whole trope of the black character tends to die first kind of joke, which is interesting the way they just kind of introduce it.
Well, I mean, that was the tagline. The tagline was, we can't all die first.
Exactly. So it just kind of points out, but which one will die first?
I mean,
when we saw, or it was in the beginning.
I guess
it was Sean.
Yeah, Sean actually died first. And you know what?
Sean.
Now that I even think about it, that does kind of make sense because when he and Morgan are playing the game, and they say the first question they get was name a black character who doesn't die in a horror movie, and he goes like with full on ignorant confidence. He said Jada Pinkett and Omar Epps in Scream 2. She was like, what? They were the first ones to die in the movie. It wasn't even that they died, like they were the opening scene death.
I mean, Jada Pinkett did not die in.
Yeah, but
it's like, that was like.
But he's talking about Scream 2.
But
so
why would you do that?
Which makes sense then that, okay, you obviously, you know.
There are plenty of characters that haven't died first in horror movies. Not plenty. There's several sprinkled out.
There's a handful. LL did it twice.
Yeah.
So
he's not going to be a chef that died in his own oven. Cooked in his own oven, I should say.
Like LL did it twice. So I mean, he was the first one.
Busta made it to the end, right?
Yeah, but he didn't do it first. LL did it first.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, Busta made it at the end of Halloween Resurrection.
That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
LL did it in Halloween H2O.
There's that one too.
Was it Deep Blue Sea?
Deep Blue Sea, that's the one.
Yeah.
Chef getting cooked in his own oven, not going to happen, basically.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So, instead of pointing out the trope, of course, the movie just basically tries to build the entire movie around it, which, again, very fun, new idea. And by making every main character, black, the film just removes all of the usual token characters that could be, everybody was their own kind of token character in a way.
Well, no, but I think what they mean with tokens,
but they're not like the one that's like completely singled out.
Black guy.
Yeah,
there.
Everyone is.
Yeah, so I mean, everyone was different, but it wasn't like you have the one black friend who embodies all of those different personalities, because that's what
true.
Movies
That's
will
usually
do.
how that happens. So then, which the comedy just, of course, helped make everything blend in together pretty seamlessly, I think.
Yeah.
Instead of taking it, I really enjoyed the fact that it was a horror comedy instead of just a straight up horror.
Yeah.
Made it really enjoyable. The characters, of course, have their own, like we said, aren't written as one person. They have their own personalities, and we have all these different personalities, which I just love. And they use a variety of challenges. The movie, of course, uses a variety of just different ideas, where there's not just one way to be black.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to get to my brain. There's just no one way to be one kind of concept. There's multiple varieties. Everything has a scale to it. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So, do you think that the movie was successfully flipped the horror type around, or do you think it's just kind of leans into the jokes too much?
I think it did a good job, and both things can be, right. Like they lean into the jokes heavy, but
I don't think it was too heavy though.
that was the point though.
Right.
Was to lean into the jokes, because again, that cuts the tension, but it makes fun of something that has traditionally been kind of a negative thing. Again, the black character dying first, the token character, the token black friend, all these different things. So I think that it was successful in kind of flipping the trope around a little bit, because you got to have fun with it instead of like, it's a thing that's like kind of put in your face, but again, in such a silly way, you can't even be mad at it. So no, I liked everything that they did with it. Was there a character to you that felt more realistic?
No, I wouldn't say realistic. I mean, like
we mentioned, like these are people that
the main friend group that we met for the main characters of the movie, not the, but like you really, I've met people like them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Known
Like in
like
terms
them.
of like realism, was like,
So that's very real. Yeah.
like, I mean, again, I think in like the gay best friend might be the furthest one, but again, going back to our little cousin Adrian, like it was like, oh, okay, well, but I don't think he was as flamboyant as Dewayne was in the movie.
No.
I mean, this dude could double dutch his ass off. I remember when we were kids, this dude double dutch and was like, dang, yo.
I mean, there was one guy
I'm pretty sure
that was black that was like very flamboyant, but he said he wasn't gay, but him and this one guy hung out a lot, and I swear maybe they were just besties, but you don't know.
I don't know, like when Adrian, like, I think that was a clear sign that he was gay.
With the double dutch?
Yeah. That was pretty, yeah.
I mean,
once I saw him double dutch, I was like, I'm pretty sure he's gay. But
hopefully light on our feet, aren't we?
But he was still, he was still chill. But like that might be the furthest removed one, just because that's the only time, like that I met a character like that. Not a character, but an individual,
a person, right?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe it was a character. You don't know.
Nah, Adrian was like,
no, you know what I mean. Like
Adrian was real. He was genuinely himself.
Good.
Because I remember, again, people used to like pick on him about that shit, and we're like, okay, looks like you're about to get that ass beaten. Like, don't fuck with our little cousin. And so it went. That's the first time I bit somebody in the face.
Oh my
God.
Not
in the face. I bit him on the shoulder.
Don't shrug your shoulders at me. Not like I can fix it. That was decades ago.
Yeah. What was that?
It's not like it was last Tuesday.
11? I think it was 10 or 11. I can't remember.
That was decades ago.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
I mean,
you were also young, and
right
your brain was not fully developed either.
I wasn't housebroken yet.
Housebroken?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was just biting people for funsies. But yeah, as we were talking about the friend group kind of as a whole, I want to kind of go character by character and break them down, because one of the strongest parts of this movie is the way that the friend group feels like messy and familiar to some extent, and they just kind of interact. So the movie isn't just about a killer stalking people in the cabin. It's also about like these friendships, these inside jokes, the unresolved drama.
Same thing.
I guess they're the same. And different tensions in the way that, people change over time.
Oh, yeah.
So, because, I mean, like in one of the big ones that they kind of talk about the changes are King, because they're like, oh, King, he's a gangbanger. It's like, oh, no, now he's all peaceful and shit. But now when shit got real, he had a gun.
He said, they're like, you mean you not carrying?
Yeah, he was like, nah. He was like, I'm a changed man. And then when shit got real,
it came out.
This one comes out with a gun, and now he was like, "I knew you had a gun." I was like, "Yo, that's profiling."
But it was true.
But yeah, it's like you look at this group, and it's really about the friends. So as we kind of run down the character list here, we have Lisa, who, if anything, I mean, after you see Morgan and Sean in the opening crawl, Lisa's the first character you're introduced to. So I wouldn't say she's the main character, but she's definitely like kind of the emotional center of the group. Like she's a lawyer, so she's kind of like
for being so smart, you think she get her act together with shit.
I mean, she had her act together. What you mean? She had her act together. I mean, what?
Getting back together with Nandi. And
I mean,
all that shit they've
she was
been through.
digmatized. I mean, they ain't nothing that could save her from that.
Obviously, because even her friend was like, damn, like, I've been the one that there to pick you up. Like,
can I want
go
to get,
ahead.
I'll get to,
Go ahead.
Fucking relax. Oh, see, this is what I mean. Everybody always attacking Lisa. Lisa ain't do
I'm
nothing
not
wrong.
attacking her. I'm telling her she should do better for herself.
Like, hey, you should mind your business. Let her get hurt. But yeah, you had Lisa who, is ultimately like the emotional center. She has history with Namdi, as Sarah's kind of alluding to right here.
Obviously.
And, a lot of that story, kind of, it's not a main focal point, but it does kind of steer, some of the things. And then Namdi being the next character we talk about here. He's charming.
Changed man.
No,
I'm a changed man.
Sure.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he says. But I mean, and as far as the movie goes, he is. It's because but he's a charming but problematic character. Again, his past with Lisa kind of creates a little bit of drama, I guess, and he represents that person in the friend group who kind of still has some growing up to do. But like I said, in the movie, it doesn't really seem, it seems like, oh, he is like, as far as we get, we don't get like any further like away from like the cabin of what he's like. Although there is
he has a description of like what he's like, but that's about it.
Like there's a rumor that there's a sequel in the
for
works.
This.
Yeah. Which,
look, I'm gonna have to ask, like Dewayne said early in the movie, who all gonna be there?
Yeah. Because that's important.
And nobody was trying to tell him, and he's the one driving them to the cabin, and it's just rude.
And the thing is, when somebody says who all gonna be there, that's an important question. Because I know for me, if you invite me somewhere and I say who gonna be there, I need the details.
I need to know,
because that's gonna determine whether I'm going or not.
We need to know if there's gonna be people there who are gonna raise our energy or who are gonna drain it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's very important to us.
And the thing is, even about the drain, and it's like, look, man,
I only got so long.
Like
twice around the room, and I'm leaving.
You might get 25 to 35 minutes.
Twice around the room.
I'm like, all right, I've had enough. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce.
I gotta go.
We get Allison, and she's the chick who's mixed. Like, yeah. And her mixed race identity becomes part of the conversation about belonging, and because even when like they're asking the questions during the board game, one of the questions was on the TV show Friends.
Yeah.
Name
5 black characters.
Yeah, 5 black characters, and everybody looked at her. They're like,
what?
He was like, I didn't watch that show. And the funny thing, even with that, kind of like it's there, but it's kind of subtle. Like now he's like, so y'all did watch the show, because everybody starts naming
characters, right?
And it's like, wait, so you watched the show too?
I'm like,
and everybody's like, well, I never watched the show, but I know that Craig Robinson was on there. I never watched the show, but I know that Aunt Viv was on there. I never watched the show, but I know Aisha Taylor was on there. And it's like,
so y'all watched the
show. Like y'all seem to know a whole lot. But yeah, Allison, she's the mixed race character that even when the whole like identity stuff kind of comes into play, they kind of poke at her a little bit, but like that's a slippery slope too, because mixed kids get that thing. It's like, well, which one are you? It was like, I mean our daughters encountered some of that too. It was like, I'm just me, mostly from black kids. Well, I mean, that's where it tends to come from. Really? Well, yeah. Huh. I mean, because white kids are just looking at you like and see your hair and you're like, oh, well, you're black. Yeah. Black kids see you and you're lighter. It's like, well, what are you? Like, huh? And sometimes it could be, both your parents are black and you're just light skinned. Right. And then there's a time where it's like, oh, you're mom's white and your dad's black. And then it's like, well, what are you? And, as kids, it's not really, because kids don't really get that. It's not really like I'm this or that. It's like I'm just a kid, trying to hang out and play. You're trying to do some hopscotch. And the answer should always be yes. But, sometimes you got those weird kids that don't know how to hop because they ain't got no coordination. Then it's like, oh, you ain't even black. You can't play no sports. Oh. Fuck that kid. And then we mentioned King. and he's the one that's a former gangbanger.
His
And
Kool-Aid.
yeah, this dude like pouring all the sugar in the Kool-Aid. It was like,
damn.
It was like, yo, chill, man. You gonna fuck around and get a cramp.
You give somebody cramps.
Which that was like one of those old like things parents would say, which is not.
Oh my god,
it's not really true. It is kind of true, but it's not true. It's just like you're just not drinking enough water.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah.
So, but they blame it on the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Or really the sugar in the Kool-Aid. But King is a recovered gangbanger. Mm-hmm. And one of the points that they also bring up too is that his wife is white.
No. She's a different kind of white.
Yeah, she's different. She's Armenian.
She East European. Like that's a different kind of white. True. She is different from like an American white person. So I kind of see his point.
Was it when they were like talking about who like trying to determine the blackness? He goes, "What? Like I'm married to a white woman." It was like that does not help.
That does not help.
He was like, "All right, I'm my bad. I'm gonna shut up." My bad. But yeah, King, he's a character who kind of carries a lot of assumptions, from others because of that past, being, that thug life past, if you will.
Sure.
And then especially with his white wife. So there's always assumptions made of him. Mm-hmm. And then we got Dewayne, who's the gay best friend. And honestly, he's probably one of the
best one.
I think all the characters funny in their own way, but I think he is. I mean, he also wrote it, so probably give himself all the best jokes. Like I should give this one to Namdi. Nah, I want that one. That one's funny as shit too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's give him this one. Nah, that one's funny too. But he is one of the funniest and most direct characters in the movie. He's that character that's aware.
Exactly.
Like I think everyone's aware of the situation, but he's very much like aware. Like, yo, we're in a horror movie.
Like, oh no.
Like I am always under the idea that we're in a horror movie, but Dewayne was very much like, yeah, we're in a horror movie. Like let's not fuck around with any of the tropes. Let's not split up. No. Let's not, investigate strange noises.
I love at one point they're like, "Okay, guys, I'm really," and who was it? It was Allison. She had to suggest that they have to split up, but it like almost made her want to vomit just to say it. We have to.
And that's the funny thing too, because when she said that, Namdi says to her, "That's the white half.
That's the white half of you talking." And she's like, "No, it's not."
But she did get seriously upset. She was like, no, seriously though, y'all gonna stop fucking saying that kind of shit, because it was like nah,
right?
Like that's your whiteness talk. And it's like, no, like we need to split up, which I don't think
because them splitting up caused them to understand an important thing about who was chasing them.
Well, yeah, you do find out that
there's two instead of just one.
You also find out that like King really did have too much sugar. He cramped up in the middle.
He really did. He really did. Oh, I got cramp.
like he was winning the fight against the killer, and then he cramped.
Yes, he did. It's not because he'd been running.
No,
it was the Kool-Aid. It was Kool-Aid.
He cramped up, but yeah, Dewayne, I think does kind of.
It's the energy he brings.
Yeah, he brings a certain energy, and like I think he's easily the funniest part of the movie, not because he's gay.
No.
But because he's fucking hilarious. Right. Then you got Shanika, who also is funny in kind of a loud, like, I don't really want you around right now.
Well, like even the way she presents her stuff, like her dress.
She
shows up in a semi-fancy dress when everybody else like more formally fit and stuff like that, and she's got a loud color on. She's got everything done up to the nines. Like she that chick that come to brunch that is loud and ready to drink mimosas all day and just laugh it up and just
because she's literally a drunk.
Literally.
Yeah. Because when they're passing out the pieces, it's like, why I gotta get the bottle? Because you're literally a drunk. And now he's like, why get a pyramid? Because you're literally from
Africa.
Like, come on, dude.
Like it was made for us. Okay, just chill.
But yeah, she brings a lot of personality to the group. And along with Dewayne, she kind of helps keep the comedy.
Right. And she committed. She got in the water.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a conversation, though, that her and King were having, though, because King said he couldn't swim. And she was like, way to live up to the stereotype.
Exactly.
And he was like, go ahead and jump your privileged ass in that water then and go swimming.
She did.
Yeah, she did.
In her dress.
Yeah. I mean, good for her.
She risked her hair and everything.
Yeah, I mean, she wasn't fucking around. There's
a killer on the loose. That dress is ruined now.
There was a killer on the loose.
Yes, there was. She's like, my life is more important.
And then the last one in the group, and the house was Clifton, who, again, he claims he got an Evite from Morgan. This dude just kind of showed up. He ran into Shanika at the gas station early on, and first thing he says, "Oh, stranger danger." But yeah, he's just like that awkward nerd that like there's always something. He always had some like kind of correction.
Yeah.
Also, like if you pay attention to him, like in the background, he's low key super rude to everyone.
He hates everyone.
Like what is it, like when he's talking to Dewayne? Well, first off, Dewayne straight up gets his name wrong. He was like, "I'm sorry, I'm on a lot of drugs."
He was on Molly, to be fair.
And then he just like he goes to hand the bag to Dewayne. Didn't even wait for him to grab it. Just like pushed the bag into his chest and drops it. And then later, when they kicked him out, like he walks past King and just slaps shit out of him.
Yeah, he
keeps moving. Like
oh.
Yeah, the dude straight up hated them anyway. So
Yeah.
which kind of like wraps into the fact that he was the one who orchestrated the killings.
Obviously.
Because, you know, he was like, "Fuck you guys." And then like I did mention Morgan and Sean, not too much about them because
they're very barely in the movie.
Yeah, they're the opening characters.
And they both perish, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
well, Sean dies in the opening. Like,
don't they throw Morgan down the well?
So as many times as I watched it, I never caught that part.
They threw her down the well.
Yeah, well, he like Clifton mentions it.
Yeah,
and he was like, "Yeah, like you'll go down. Like I'll throw you, kill you like I killed Morgan. I throw you down the well." I was like, "Oh shit, I ain't."
Yeah,
they
like unfortunately
9 times, and
it's like the Paolo and Nikki, episode that just here and they're gone. Unfortunately,
I mean,
so
I was rooting for Morgan.
I know you're like, oh, maybe she'll make it. No,
she didn't.
So sorry,
got thrown in the well.
Yeah.
So, and then so did Clifton.
Yeah.
But you hear his evil laugh, which says sequel to me. That's my guess. So yeah, that was that. Like, I know that for me, I thought Dewayne was
definitely
the funniest character.
Like they all had, Allison and Shanika definitely had a lot of jokes as well. But
Allison actually, there are beats of Sophie and Allison.
Yes.
Like there's when they're like talk about who's the blackest, and then Omni goes, he points at her and she goes, "Really, Omni? Wow!" Like that's
Audra. Wow! Like oh no.
You're like, really? Wow. Okay. It's like, that's right. Definitely Sophie. So whenever I watch it, I am like watching her mannerisms and movements. Like, what else does she do that our kid does? So, but yeah, I think Dewayne was the funniest. You think the chemistry, not energy, the chemistry between Shanika and Allison played well too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Just curious. I wanted to know.
I mean, Shanika comes in to hug. Oh my god, my brain died. I kept wanting to say Laura, but it's Lisa. She goes in to hug. And she's like, "Oh, you smell like dick." Like, not even subtle about. She just loud. Yeah, "Oh, you smell like dick." Like, oh shit,
you smell like some dick.
Like, oh my god, girl. Like, you're not gonna whisper that quiet. But like, girl, what's going on? Why you smell like that?
I don't think she knows what whisper means.
No, maybe she thought she was. I don't know.
Did you think like the I guess the friendship drama added to the movie or slowed it down?
Oh no, it adds to it because you got to get. We're getting into a group that's known each other for a long time. So here are pieces of their history, so they got to bring it in.
Yeah.
You can't be subtle either. You got to be straight right out there in front of it with it. So.
Yeah, I think all of that was well written.
Oh,
like even like the interaction with Shanika and King, how she's like saying, "Oh, we got to swim across the fucking lake." And he was like, "I'm not getting there. Like I can't swim." She's like, "Oh, way to live up to the stereotype." So it's like this is a thing again. They've all known each other for all these years.
Right?
Like, you ain't know this dude can't swim, and meanwhile he didn't know that she could. So
out of the two of them, I would not think it would be her.
Nah, fat
but
floats.
Him, what? It does, but that doesn't mean that means she's better at swimming. She could still sink.
Nah, maybe. She didn't, though.
I mean, fat does help you float a little bit.
That's why I had trouble in Scouts.
But if you don't know how to float, it doesn't matter.
I had that problem, too. Then eventually I just figured out, all right, you can make it across this pool. And I did. But I'm not very good in the water. I got like maybe, at best, 6 minutes. before I'm a goner. So, like, oh, who fell? Someone fell. I just heard a figure completely fall. Like
right against the glass.
Yeah, I heard a thud.
I can't see. I think it's the one by the wall on the corner. Yeah, I can't see.
Oh, yeah, something fell up off the shelf way up top.
Okay.
I'm trying to see who's missing. I couldn't.
Oh, on that one over there?
Yeah, it's got to be over there.
All right, we'll figure it out
I
later.
don't know. We'll figure it out. Fuck these action figures.
Gravity be working on them slowly.
Which character do you think had the best survival instincts out there? Like, I don't know if any of them really.
I don't know. They really do. They just all kind of collectively made it together.
Maybe.
Of course, half of them were high on Molly.
Yeah, true. That was awesome.
And then one of them was on Molly and Adderall at the same time. Like, damn.
Maybe Lisa.
Maybe. She was very level-headed during stuff.
Yeah.
She didn't seem to really panic
until she beat the shit out of the killer with the candlestick.
Yeah. Y'all got something to say about my choice of weapon? Like, no.
Like, oh no,
hell no,
not at all.
No.
And then, which character would you least want to be stuck in a cabin with?
Definitely Clifton. But if you think about the main friend group, I don't know. As far as survival instincts go,
I mean, just as far as like this situation, who don't you want to be stuck in the cabin with?
Probably Nandi.
I probably want to be there with Shanika.
Probably not her either. She would get to me after a little bit.
Yeah, she would annoy me, but she'd also probably get us killed.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, do you know how to be subtle? Do you know how to just...
Can you imagine what she is after she gets drunk? And this is her sober?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'd have to be her probably. No offense, ma'am.
Yeah, no, you gotta go, Toots. You gotta go.
She got to go. All right, so...
like, even though this movie's marketed as a horror comedy, the horror side is lighter.
It is.
Than the comedy. So, it again has the horror adjacent, feel to it, but it's still comedy.
I mean, I have to admit, like when I first saw this, because not knowing anything about it, and you see the beginning part, I was like, I didn't know if this was going to be more serious, darker than it turned out to be. So I didn't know where it was going to go in the beginning.
Yeah, like I wasn't sure. So I do remember when we saw this in the theater, Phil and I, like the trailers before the movie, because it was in June,
right?
When it came out, June 16th,
something like that,
2023. So almost 3 years to the day.
Yeah.
Yay, anniversaries.
Yay.
But like all the trailers were like very LGBTQ like trailers and like and what's crazy is I don't know how long it took me into the movie to realize that Dewayne was gay.
Really?
I was like, you got a wild personality.
You didn't notice that in the car ride?
No, I don't, because I don't judge people. Okay.
I'm not.
I don't judge.
He put the character out there.
I don't judge.
You shut up. Yes, you do.
Well, obviously I don't, because I didn't know that Dewayne was a gay character.
You were probably staring at your phone.
No, because I was in the movie theater and I don't actually have my phone out.
That's right. You don't do that in a movie theater.
You're welcome.
You know what?
That probably not, but I'm sure you'll tell me. Like when I first saw it, like I actually didn't really know. I may have seen a trailer, but I still thought it was going to lean a little more horror, a little less comedy.
Yeah,
and it was more comedy, less horror. And it uses all the familiar ingredients of a horror movie.
Sure.
It gives us the remote cabin. It gives us the masked killer.
Which the mask was very offensive, by the way.
What's crazy? Even with that, I didn't like. You pointed it out yesterday. I was like, I know what it looks like. I didn't even think anything of it. I was like, this motherfucker's a killer with a mask on. So it's like, oh,
that looks like a trope.
Yeah, I mean, I get it now. But I was just watching the movie.
You're just like, dang, for real?
Whatever. Didn't think anything.
I wonder whose idea that was to do that.
I mean,
I'm guessing his, because he planned everything out.
Yeah. Probably.
It's fucked up.
One thing I think about this though too, as we talk about like the horror tropes or ingredients, I guess, it didn't really have jump scares.
No.
Like, I think if you would have thrown like in the
A few
one,
little ones, but like,
the semi jump scare wasn't even like a scare. It was like Namdi sneaking up on Lisa.
what
But
about the one where Dewayne pops up to them and they're inside the vent? You're like, ah, like he's just there when they go to look again. He's like, hey, let me in there.
no,
No? Okay, that's fine.
like they're. I mean, if they would have had like one or two like genuine jump scares, I might have been like, okay, this gets a little bit more, like a little closer to horror. I mean, it's still horror comedy, but I would say more comedy horror.
More comedy horror. Sure.
But yeah, it's like it has all the earmarks of a horror, but the the movie's not trying to be deeply terrifying. That's not what it is at its core. It is more interested in using horror as the structure for the jokes and the social commentary. So that's really the base. Because again, the joke is we all can't die first. So
yeah, of course.
So there's the base, and that doesn't mean like the horror is unimportant. The setting gives the movie its isolation. The killer's game gives it stakes. The mask and the crossbow. It gives the villain something recognizable. So the problem is that the mystery and the scares probably don't hit as hard as the comedy does. So I guess, I mean, horror comedy, or I guess I would say comedy horror, but either way it goes. At any point, was there anything that like jumped out and scared you or made you feel like, oh, there is some horror, or not even elements, but like this is like has some horrifying parts to it?
It was a little bit like more so like slightly intense. Like in the beginning when they first start to play the game, you see the old TV click on with like their friend. You're like, oh shit. What exactly are we going to get into? Again, I didn't really know what to expect from this.
Yeah.
So I don't know how far into gruesome they're going to go. Or I was like, oh shit, how many people are actually going to make it out in the end? When you've got a big group of people, sometimes you get a lot of people survive, or they start plucking them off one by one.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised but not surprised that everybody made it to the end.
Right.
So that, because that's one of those things with a horror movie. It's like you're losing at least two.
I mean, 6 people do die in the movie.
I mean, yeah,
at least 6 people.
So yeah, because I mean, you like
2 people in the beginning,
the 3 white characters,
2 of
which were the killers, and one was
the cop,
the park ranger.
Right, he was actually a safe person.
Yeah,
he was just trying to let them know he was a safe person, but it was hard to. And
he gave his explanation on if he got the invite to the cookout.
Yeah,
he would politely decline.
Because
he knows the space.
Right. And they were like, oh, wow, that's actually a really good answer. But yeah, so, and if Clifton really is dead, then 6 people.
Yeah.
So.
I mean.
So there's that.
You don't fall down a well and laugh, though.
No.
Like once you hit the bottom.
I'm assuming he landed on top of Sean and
Oh, good call.
And shit, what's her name? Morgan. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think he landed on top of them, so it probably hurt, but he's probably not dead.
Yeah, he's gonna come back and get him in a sequel.
How fucked up is he thought the way to get back at them was to create this fucking game?
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. He kind of mentions that like he was more into games. He plays all the games because like. So one thing we didn't explain was like Clifton is the killer, and the reason for his anger is that 10 years ago they all got together and they're playing spades, and he reneged.
Right.
And dude, like again, like the background,
the
background comments, because like even when he goes, "Yo, it's an honest mistake," and Shanika's like, "Not to people who know how to play." Yeah. She didn't say people. But like basically he reneged and they kind of clowned him for it, and kind of judged his blackness and questioned his blackness.
Well, they were already judging it earlier when he was like, I don't know how to play spades, teach me.
So that's another kind of mess up part, because in the present he says that, but in the flash, they didn't do a flash, but when he was talking about playing 10 years ago,
right,
like he was obviously playing spades and knew how to play spades, so they should have known that. But that also kind of goes to show that like he's kind of one of those forgotten characters.
Yes,
he's that guy that's like, you don't fit our friend group like to like the full T, so you're kind of forgettable. But yeah, basically he reneged. They kind of clowned him. He started drinking heavy. Then he left. He hit someone with his car. He ended up doing 4 years in jail. and then kind of over the neck, you know,
Blamed
whatever.
it all on them.
Yeah, he blamed all that on them.
Yo, petty ass.
Because I mean, I'm not saying he's right, but you know what he was getting at was like, look, I felt accepted. You know, I saw people that look like me and they welcomed me in. And then because of one honest mistake, you all cast me out, and then it ruined my life. And it's like, I mean,
and he thought all their lives were only worth $1,000.
yeah, that's fucked up.
As Dewayne folds up the money and puts it in his pocket.
Yeah.
So do you think the horror comedy has to be scary to work?
No.
No, I don't think it needs. I mean, you can have like elements of it.
I mean,
but if I was in that situation, I would be scared.
Well, yeah.
But at the same time, we know it's a comedy, so it's kind of safe.
Well, I mean, when we think about horror comedy, like, I mean, let's go back to like Scary Movie. There's nothing in a Scary Movie that's scary.
Like, this is the end.
Yeah. Like it's all funny.
It has like dark elements to it that you're like, oh shit, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's safe.
None of it.
Because
This is the end had some kind of moments where I was like, that seems a little intense.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you knew it's still a comedy.
Yeah.
So yeah, like for a horror comedy, I don't really think the scares need to be anything, you know, substantial, because I think the comedy is really the key element.
Right.
Because like I always say that horror and comedy, you know, they have similar jobs where for comedy, for you to work, for you to matter, you have to be funny. And for horror, for you to matter, for it to work, you have to be scary.
Right.
You know, there's no in between. So you don't really get that with like a rom-com. You know, it's like, you know, there's still the love story in there.
Right.
So it doesn't exactly have to be funny, but you still got to have that love story.
And one thing that this movie has a lot of is comedy and cultural references.
Yeah.
That really go hand in hand quite well, actually, too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it all of it plays off of each other. So
exactly. And that's where we're going to go into next. So the comedy in this movie just comes from all the cultural specificity. I cannot speak tonight.
Yeah, I hate that.
It is specific. No, it's just my brain is just a little today. Anyway, so
like even when I saw the word, I was like, "Fuck that word! I'm gonna make her do this section."
Fuck you. Look, the comedy fits well with the cultural references, as we're going to get into. So it's packed with them. You got Black culture, you got your horror cliches, you got, of course, this giant group of friendship dynamics, and they all have their ways of like how they all work together, even like together or when they're split up in like groups of 2 or 3, especially how like everybody be talking to each other with like just by staring at each other, and they be having whole conversations in their heads. Yeah.
The telepathy. Even when like Dwayne's talking to Nam, he was like,
you can hear me?
He was like, I didn't think that shit would work with dudes.
And then they look over at Clifton's like, did you hear that?
He's like, yes, motherfucker.
Like, oh shit. Like, anyway, so friendship dynamics. You got code switching, which is a fun one to see.
Yeah.
It's not something you really see portrayed on screen that often.
No.
If at all, honestly.
So it wasn't too prevalent here.
No.
In the movie. I mean, if anything, you could say when Lisa spoke to the park ranger, but it's not even really code switching so much.
It's more of just being professional.
Yeah.
Which, as a lawyer, you know how to be professional.
Yeah, and that's not code switching. That's just
being you, right? Yeah,
adult.
That's just right. And then you also have the pressure of knowing what, quote unquote, the right answer when they're playing the game in front of your own people, because they were clowning on each other for knowing one thing or another. Like, yeah. I didn't know that there was that anthem. Like,
the Black National Anthem.
Yeah,
well, because like the question was,
do you think my public schools would have taught me that? No. I know
your school.
So, well, you know, like I was like, I didn't know there was a national anthem, and then they were like, but what's the second verse? I'm like, shit, there's more than one stanza.
Well, and that's the way the question goes. The question goes like, everybody knows the first verse, but do you know the second verse? And honestly, I don't. But because of this movie, I definitely know the second verse. Like, I couldn't tell you the first verse, but because I want to say 2022 maybe. I know at a few sporting events they were doing the Black National Anthem.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I just want to watch sports. I don't want no anthems. Just fucking play the game. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, you know, and speaking of, okay, well, all the jokes, of course, that they have work because they're not random, because they go specifically with the character and the situation. Yeah. Which is, I really love how they'll just dig at each other for shit. And it's just,
Yeah.
what friends do.
Well, yeah, it's like old shit. It's like
Yeah.
like they got inside jokes with
I'm
each other.
surprised nobody didn't say, why are you bringing up old shit?
Well, it was like a point where like the door is locked and Shanika's like like she's pulling at the door and King go, yeah, go ahead, jerk it off. And she's like, yo, kill yourself. It's like,
Oh my God.
damn, quick reaction. Like, I guess that's been a conversation they've had before.
I would imagine so.
Well.
So, and also the movie also has a lot of fun with its black audience. It's talking back to the horror movie. So it's really good.
Yeah, they're like doing like goofy shit in the movie that like they know.
Right.
That if they were watching that as a movie, they'd be telling them, don't split up or don't investigate that noise.
They end up arguing over bad decisions and what is like argue over strategy. Like, oh, we should not split up. I think we really need to, like, and they point out danger in ways that, of course, would feel familiar to anybody. Like, if you were stuck in a situation like that, if you find yourself stuck in a horror movie, you might find yourself discussing this. And it turns the audience. I know it turns the audience's usual reactions into part of the story, which again flows smoothly, I think.
Yeah.
So, what Joker scene stood out the most to you?
I mean, a joke that always gets me is, talk about the Kool-Aid.
Oh my God!
And it eventually comes back to haunt.
I got cramps.
Because like King made this Kool-Aid, and you could see him pouring a bag of sugar into the Kool-Aid.
You don't need that much.
And maybe. And then everybody takes a sip of it eventually. And they're like, yo. And a couple of people are like, yo, actually, yeah, everybody says, yo, you don't fuck around and get a cramp. Right. Like Namdi says it, Lisa says it, I think Allison says it. And then
I think Lisa says you're gonna give somebody diabetes with that.
Oh no, yeah.
You know what?
She goes, you know what's also black? Diabetes. You gonna fuck around and give somebody a cramp. But then later on in the movie, when he's fighting the killer, as I mentioned, he's winning. He beat the killer's ass, and then he just cramps up and falls over. So that shit always makes me laugh. It's like that, and then like a scene that just happened now after Lisa beat the killer with the candlestick, and then
God, she smashed his
she goes up to hug Dewayne, and he like
oh no, you got
she's covered in blood. He holds his hands up and then starts patty caking her. He's like, yeah, nah, don't touch.
I love you, but you can't touch me now. You got like guts in your hair and everything.
Yeah, he's like, yo, you nasty. Yeah, did you ever feel like the comedy undercut the tension too much, or was it just right?
No, I liked it. I think it was just the right amount of comedy. But of course, I do enjoy a good comedy.
Yeah, I mean,
we enjoy our stupid, silly, fun comedy.
I think last night after we watched this last night, and then we went upstairs and put on White Chicks.
Yes.
So it was like
I didn't get very far into it, but still.
Yeah, I think after you went to sleep, I went to sleep pretty quickly after that too. I was like, I'm fucking tired, dude. I can't do this. Like, I've seen it enough. I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh in my dreams. All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, but since this episode is going to be coming out on Juneteenth, I don't know when y'all going to listen to it. Hopefully you listen to it on Friday when it drops.
Right.
But, since it comes out on Juneteenth, this movie gives us a chance to talk about more than just the jokes and the horror setup. Like, the movie's not trying to teach the history of the holiday, but Juneteenth still, it matters to the story because it frames the ideal of black survival, black joy, because that's what they're getting together for. Like, honestly, it's kind of the backdrop. It's not like, when you hear, oh, Juneteenth, oh great, it's going to be another woke movie. Like, nah,
not at all.
It's a fun, goofy movie, and it just happens to take place on the weekend that they got together for Juneteenth. That's kind of the point of it. It's not really trying to teach you anything. It's just like, here's something for you to think about, but really enjoy these laughs. So at the end of the day, it just shows the characters, the story, everything. They can be funny, they can be flawed, they can be scared, smart, petty, loyal, and different from each other, all while still being part of the same community.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, that's kind of the kick to the Juneteenth part of it. That was it. That was really it.
Okay.
I mean, did the Juneteenth setting feel meaningful, or more like a background?
More backgroundish kind of to me, because it was just It's like one of those movies where it's not all about the holiday. It just happens to happen around the specific event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to the ideal of being black enough, do you think the movie handled that ideal like do you think it handled it well, like when they start questioning each other's blackness? Or
I think it brings up the real reality of how like people view themselves and how people view others. You can't change how other people view you. You just have to know how you represent yourself. But the idea of if you're black enough, that shouldn't be a thing. You just are.
yeah. And what's really wild about it, though, it is still a thing, though.
I know.
Like it's still like I think as you get older, it's less of a thing.
Sure.
But when you're younger, it is a thing, because I think with young people, they're still finding their own identities.
Sure.
So that is just the thing. But once you're older, for the most part, you should be comfortable with who you are. I'm 48.
Right.
Like I am comfortable with who I am. And the thing is, even when it comes to like certain conversations, it's like, yes, I have a white wife. We have a child that is half white, half black. Like my grandfather's white, like, but I'm still extremely like proud to be black.
Yeah.
Like very pro-black, and pro-black does not mean anti anything else.
No.
It means like, I'm going to, clap for, black excellence.
Of course.
I'm going to celebrate the shit. But also too, I'm not going to like stand for being told like I'm not black enough because I didn't like agree with this one thing or celebrate this one thing, where I may not necessarily agree with it. So it's like there are these things where it's like when you're younger, you do kind of fall into those traps. But when you're older, you're like, look, I can defend my answer.
Well, when you're comfortable in yourself, you have less fucks to give about what other people think. And it just doesn't matter. It just falls by the wayside.
Yeah.
So,
in terms of like comparing with other horror films, I guess if you can even call this a horror film, I think this movie does belong in the larger conversation of self-aware horror, like Scream.
Sure.
Like it knows the rules of the genre.
Yes.
And it has fun breaking them too.
Yes.
In like Scary Movie, like it uses comedy to call out familiar like patterns. But unlike, those movies, the Blackening is specifically focused on race and identity and stuff like that. So like, Scream and Scary Movie, which ironically Scream was supposed to be titled Scary Movie.
Interesting.
But like, this kind of does what those movies do.
Yeah.
In its own way. So, it also connects to modern black horror, though it's it's much lighter than like Jordan Peele movie.
It is. Oh yes. Yes. Those are very much dark and intense, and
like a Jordan Peele movie is going to give you like some stuff to think about, but this also gives you stuff to think about too, but in a lighter tone.
Yeah, Jordan Peele goes really heavy with the symbolism and stuff like that too, whereas this one lays everything out in the open for you to just hear and see. Like it's not like I'm going to deep dive on a poster.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the end of it all, the movie, I think, stands strong for what it is. Just think about some of the strengths of the movie. Again, the concept of it was really good. The chemistry is fucking great.
Oh, yes.
The comedy is like quick.
Yes.
Like there was like no build up like to jokes. And then they did have some running jokes that kind of landed later. And it just kind of had like a clear point of view of what it was doing. So I think really the weakest point of the movie was the horror. Didn't really feel too horror-y.
No, it was a little comically, like a little bit more comic, like in some ways, but that's okay. I think that's, again, the point of it. Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be super serious.
Yeah. The killer reveal wasn't necessarily, I don't think it was that big of a surprise.
No, because you were only shown so many characters anyway. So who's it going to be? Which is why everybody kept thinking that the park ranger might be, because you've only seen a few other characters. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like you have the guy from the gas station, which ended up having a twin, you know, they were the actual physical killers, but then the orchestrator was Clifton. And it's
Right.
like, and it was, you know, relatively obvious because it's like this dude wasn't even invited. He kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. You know, there's a lot of weird shit. So it wasn't like super like, you know, but again, I don't think it was really meant to be anything crazy like that anyway. So it's like, I don't even want to call it a weak point.
No.
And I do think that some characters get a little bit more depth than others. I mean,
Sure.
again, Dewayne, obviously, because he was one of the writers. And then Lisa, but like, you didn't really get a lot on Shanika.
No.
And even though Allison does kind of stand out, I do still feel like there's some points missed with her, and even Namdi a little bit. So I don't know. Like, I think just kind of final thoughts on it. It's a fun movie. You know, when we talk about holiday films, like, you know, we got our Halloweens, we got our Black Christmas, things like that. You know, we got a Juneteenth movie now.
Why not?
You know, here it is. I fucks with it. I watch it I watch it, you know, pretty regularly anyway because I enjoy it. But, you know, when I get to the point where it's like, all right, I've watched it too much, you know, it'll be watched in June. So that's all I got for that.
Well,
you got
hey.
any final thoughts?
I like the movie. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it.
Y'all heard her. Go watch that
I
shit.
said what I said.
Go watch that shit, bitch. But otherwise, we're gonna wrap this shit up. See, this went so much better than when I did it solo.
I'm
Like,
I'm happy for you.
There was like my energy was low
I was wondering why it was taking you so fucking long.
because I recorded 4 times.
I know. I was like, God damn, he's been down there for a long time.
It fucking sucks, dude. I'm gonna keep that original though.
Why
Like,
not?
I have the original.
Okay.
Well, like the final cut original. Because I did actually put like music and everything to it. I was like, all right, I just need you to do the reading. But yeah, otherwise we can go ahead and wrap up here because it's late. We got to put the episode out in like less than an hour.
Woohoo.
And then, yeah. So as always, to you guys, the listeners, thank you so much. We do appreciate you. If you have any questions or concerns or criticisms, anything, please feel free to reach out. You can always find me at So You Like Horror on Instagram. All the words separated by underscores. You can't find my wife on the fucking interweb, so don't fucking try it. Just
I'm
let
not.
me know,
I'm not
bitch.
really on there a whole lot. So
Yeah. So either way it goes. And yeah, I'm so used to doing off the mats exit.
that's okay.
So I don't really got like a real fucking exit here. I keep saying I'm going to have one, but I don't. But the only real exit I have is like Sarah saying, I think that's enough for now. And then,
Hey, Sophie wants to do another exit now that she's older.
yeah, I mean, well, I guess she says the end after that. No, I'd like, because like if I say something unhinged at the end and I clip that part right there, it's like, oh, that's perfect because he is getting a little out of hand. So, but thank you, everyone. We do appreciate you. And yeah, y'all know what it is. You guys keep listening. We'll definitely keep making the shows and everything. So thanks, everyone. Bye. Yeah.
I think that's good for now.
The end.